Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to North Hobart Oval, the spiritual home of football. It's fantastic scenes here as we cast our eye from the Peter Sharp Tower. Sun is out. We had a little bit of rain yesterday. You can see that it is slightly chopped up as the siren has sound, and of course the cream has risen to the top. It is Kingborough up against the Bulldog. It's Andrew Silver Fox Hopwood in the main commentary tower, and I'm very, very, very pleased to be joined by my co-commentator Emily Burrows. It is a wonderful scene here for the Barwick's STJFL Grand Final in the Under-13 A1 division.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a great game. Thanks for having me. I'm really looking forward to being here.
No doubt about it. Well, as we look at the season, both teams have been stellar, there's no doubt about it. The Tigers, the Gold, have had finished on top with a percentage of 574 with played 10, won 9, lost 1. That said, not to be outdone by the mighty Bulldogs, very, very similar. Played 10, won 9, lost 1 with a percentage of 309. So without a doubt, the two dominant teams have made it to the grand final, and I think it's going to be a very, very close contest.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be like a really close game, and it can be really exciting for everyone that's coming out to watch, all the families today, and it'll be a good contest.
Yeah, I must admit, my mind goes back to fond memories. I've made my debut here as a coach in 2007, and it's always very exciting to come to the home of football and watch the young boys and girls. And of course that's the difference then. Now, back then it was all boys, and now with it seeing female football, it's really fantastic to see. They're providing at least 25% of the 4,000 that we have running around in the STJFL, and I know that you're very keen on the footy, Kate, but what does it mean to see young ladies running around on the hallowed turf for you?
Yeah, it's just so exciting because, you know, I'm not that old, but when I was younger, I was a big footy fan, and it was never an option for me to be able to play, you know, the sport that I loved, essentially. And it's just so exciting that these girls can have the opportunity. And, you know, I first played when I was 18, but they can start playing at, you know, such young ages now and really develop their skills from a young age. And just means that the standard of footy is only going to get better. Women's footy, is only going to get better as time goes on, because these girls are going to be starting from a really young age.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. You now being, 22 odd, so these young ladies are going to start at the Auskick level, so it's going to be a little bit more natural. So sometimes in the female football, with no disrespect, but it's sometimes looks slightly clunky because it hasn't been inbred, if you like. But now these girls are coming right through from Auskick, and it's going to be very, very natural. So and these young ladies, as we're going to be watching them, have played from the very start. Now, Emma, Claremont, a very, very good club. They have been dominant right through the ranks, got some great coaching, and of course as well under the tutelage of Brad Willis. Kingborough have got a fantastic female program as well. Both teams not only field teams in all the divisions in the STJFL, but of course have them in the SFLW, also in Division 1 as well.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, really exciting, and also good way for the girls to look up to, where they can one day hopefully play as well to the older girls. Yeah, very
much so. So there are the umpires down there. One of those umpires you can see with the grey beard, the more experienced gentleman, of course, is fabulous Phil Geese, and fancy being out there. You know that nothing's going to get past that wily old veteran. It's great to see the officiators. So we've got very much the different generations going around there. We've got the young buck coming through, and there he is, fabulous Phil. I tell you what, he's got very lucky legs. They're lucky they don't snap.
Yeah.
Look at him, he's as fit as a trout, is fabulous Phil. But Tony Gibson is just making sure everything's ready. But it looks, as we look out here, it's a little bit grey over, and just to our right, the mountain, we can't quite see it. So let's hope that the rain does stay away. That was the only thing, Emily, that the ground did chop up a little bit yesterday, because there's not a lot of grass coverage. It was in good nick, but a lot of dirt. So because it was sparse, that's why we've got so much mud with so little rain just of recent time.
Yeah, definitely looking to being a bit of a scrappy contest, I reckon, around the bowl. Just with all the mud out there, and hopefully these girls can keep their skills up and still keep it a good game. I'm sure they'll be able to, and yeah.
Yeah, we're looking, when you do look out at the ground, just sort of that centre's a little bit boggy, just on the tighter sections of the square toward the wing. And as you'd expect, that sort of area of danger where you really like to put the footy, which is sort of between 15 and 30 metres directly out from goal, is just that little bit boggy. But the girls now are just getting ready for the national anthem, and of course Tony Gibson's down there, our MC and the general manager of the STJFL. We'll cross down to him now.
Good morning, patrons, and welcome to today's Barwick's STJFL Grand Final match, under 13A1 girls between Claremont Bulldogs and Kingborough Tigers Gold. Welcome to country. We acknowledge the traditional owners of country across Australia, on which we play our great game, and pay respect to them, their culture and elders, past, present and emerging. I ask that all patrons be upstanding as we pay tribute to Queen Elizabeth II with a minute's silence. This will be followed by the national anthem. Thanks, patrons, and we wish both teams and the umpires all the best for today's game.
So it's a fantastic rendition, and we can see that Tony Gibson will now take us right inside the inner sanctum as the captains, I know, will go in to take the toss. As we look across, we did speak of the weather. No wind to speak of, so really there's no advantage one way or the other, really, particularly on this fantastic and wonderful oval as the players are taking their last minute instructions. These are always the times, Emily, it's fascinating in grand finals or big games. I always say it, but it's always true. The first 5 minutes are totally crucial. You can't win a game in the first quarter, but you can lose it. It's all a matter of setting yourself up for success throughout the game. So just steadying the nerves, being hard at the ball, and doing what your role is. But I'll get to you in a second, as we're just going to cross down and see who will win the toss.
Kingborough is going to call. Heads called. And it's a tail. Claremont's won the toss and kicking to left of screen or to the Letitia Street end.
Well, there we go. So the toss has been won, and it's rather intimidating out there. And there's one Tiger against 3 Bulldogs. Do you think that the old Bulldogs have done that as just to sort of set them up? But yeah, you can see that they all look fired up, and I was interested to... And there they go. Wasn't it wonderful, Emily, just to see when the camera panned across, the smiles on the girls' faces?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm sure the nerves would be very high out there, but I think, you know, as long as the girls can just really enjoy it, you know, they might never get this opportunity again. So it's so exciting for them to be out there, and I'm so glad to see that they are, you know, so pleased and happy and big smiles on their face, ready to go.
Well, that's the thing, actually, in grand finals. There's an expectation, especially on youth, given that you think, well, this will happen every year. And let me tell you, it doesn't. It's hard work to get here. And you need to embrace it and enjoy it, enjoy the week and enjoy the experience. And the other thing that you need to understand in grand finals is you don't have to do anything more extraordinary than what you've done to get yourself here. Trust in the process of how you've gone about your season. And things come unstuck when you go outside the parameters of what this team structures are. So it is umpire Geeson who's just waiting for confirmation. So it's like a Swiss watch this morning in the Barwick's STJFL. To the minute. We've got a huge day here, ladies and gentlemen. So if you can't get to the game, I hope you enjoy the coverage here from our media partners, Duff TV. But certainly it's been a wonderful season with almost 4,000 children running around week in, week out, and it culminates in this last of our grand final weekends as umpire Geeson, he throws that one up in the centre of the ground. It was Smith for the Bulldogs who got a very nice tap. Can't get away now, but they do so. They get it out towards the wing, try and create some space. Running hard was it Blackwell. Picked up by Marsh. She's been dispossessed and been deemed to be holding a ball. That was a hot footy. And here is Barwick. She picks it up. Mia Barwick. She, of course, is the reigning champion for the Beakley medal. Always tries to use the ball well. Picking it up. Strong tackle there. Gee whiz, Em, you like to see your forwards on song like that, providing some pressure in the early stages of a game. Yeah,
absolutely. I think it's definitely important to keep the pressure up early so that your opponent knows, you know, that you're ready to go, and yeah, keep it up.
Very much so. Slightly crowded. There again is Barwick getting her second possession already. Now it goes to that open space as they're holding their ground nicely. Charging out is Young. Young is dispossessed. Barr is there as well, fighting very hard as Lang. Lang, one of the prime movers for the black and the gold. But now it is another stoppage on that wing possession. So we're 1 minute in. Very even contest, as you expect. Both teams with the 9-1 record. Hard as cats' heads as they go toward that bottom of the pack. There is young Mia Barwick up against Matilda Lang. And interesting enough, those are two of the prime movers for each of their teams. I'm interested to note too, Emily, that in the ruck there for the Dogs, have got those wristbands there. I wonder if there's a little bit of an injury there to the wrist. I haven't seen that before with the two.
I did notice that. I haven't seen that type of strapping before.
Anyway, we'll keep an eye on that, but she's done very nicely in the ruck, and you can see that's very nice play by the Dogs, and they need to get it out to some space. Good bump. Tries to push that one, get valuable meterage. That was nicely done there by Webster for the Dogs. It's held up in the play, and Lang has done it again to just hold that ball in as umpire Geeson throws it up. Good ruck contest. Just trying to get it out as Lang gets a very tight tackle, no prayer. And again, it's those two hard nuts there. It reminds me of a game that you saw on Friday night. I think that was, who was that? Oliver and Berry.
Berry, yeah.
They were very close. And that's just like those two right there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that was a brilliant match-up on the weekend that I was lucky enough to watch in person. So, yeah, I'm seeing some similarities already.
Okay, so it is. Rose Marsh gets the ball, and I like what she did. She looked to go wide to create some space. Tackled without the ball there, I reckon. And it was Kinder who'll go back and take the kick. Played in front, and that's where you need to be. We'll want to be careful. That could be 50 metres, I reckon. Umpire Geeson says, come on, you come back. That's a harsh one, Em, but they're the rules.
Yeah, I reckon that's the right call there. Just got to be really careful that you're not cutting the players off and just getting to the mark nice and quick, and then that sort of avoids that problem.
So there we see on the Mood Food replay, it was the Bulldog there in Massett Triffett who was just slightly confused. She's got to get in front of the mark, and that's a little bit of awareness. And all of a sudden it comes over the back. Just slipping over at the last minute was Vidal. And she comes in, and it'll be thrown back. Maybe just sort of sink the slipper into that one, but she did a great job to try and pick it up. Vidal, she's got a bit of height about her as Barwick. She's got great sense of awareness and good of the occasion. Gets it out towards Marsh. Hard over the ball. There is Lang. And as we're calling it, I think Lang's been deemed to be taken a tad too high. And it is Lang who'll take the kick. Drives it in now. That's a good kick. Goes towards Vidal, who was good below her knees just a few moments ago. Barwick is there as she swoops on it. But again, it's going to be a free kick to the Tigers. Not sure on that one. We'll have a look at the Mood Food replay. I think it's going to go to Vidal. There's just a little bit of confusion. Oh, 50 metres, Em.
Yeah, wow.
I'm just wondering if this was, we can see Mia Barwick, she's got the ball here, and as she gives it back, she was displeased, but she did give it back to the...
It did hit her, yeah. It wasn't like it went either side.
I'm never going to complain. The umpire's always right, but
I agree.
I reckon she's a little bit stiff on that one.
Yeah, potentially. I did really like how the Kingborough girls just hit the hot spot every time they went down forward there, and just made it a really good chance for them to have a goal, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a look at this one again. I agree with what you said there, Em, and that's why we're so very lucky to have experts by your very good self. Of course, a football aficionado, but they're always looking to get it. And Vidal, number 3, she's a good cut of a girl too, isn't she? She's got some good height, and I like the way she was good below her knees. So, yeah, get it into her.
Yeah,
so,
love that. Kick to your tallest person. It's a good chance.
And the other thing there will be interesting, and then we can see already, look, inside 50s, one apiece, and that free kick as well. It's got to be a little bit careful. It's how you settle down and in these big grand finals. And Kingston nicely with that goal. It was Young, dispossessed now. Here is Vidal again. Strong tackle being applied though by Kay, and umpire Geeson has come in. One thing you know, Emily, when you have umpire Geeson, he's a no-nonsense sort of umpire.
Absolutely,
and one thing I can guarantee you, over the 40 or 50 years I've known that man, the more lip you give him, the more encouragement that he'll show you 50 metres.
Yes, I agree with that. I've experienced it myself a few times.
So there are the Dogs just bursting off the half-back flank. That's a nice clearance kick. Can't quite pull that one up, but they do nicely via Webster. Bit scrappy there at the bottom. Here goes Gill, just trying to gain valuable metres. And that's another thing in grand finals, isn't it, Em? Sometimes it's not the prettiest football, but you've just got to get metres gained.
Yeah, that was a really great clearing kick out here, out to space and out wide, and gave the Bulldogs girls a chance to run on, and they've got it, you know, a good 40 metres down the park from it.
Very much so. That's a kick back through the centre of ground. You can see already that stopped. And a bit of a push, and you can hear the Bronx cheers from all our friends from the northern suburbs have come in, and that's great to see the colour and the pageantry of Barwick's STJFL Grand Final day. I like it when we see a variety of different teams being supplied. That's a brilliant tackle, and those two are going to go head-to-head all day. And we look for a great contest from Lang and Barwick as the handball does come back out into a pack there. It was Kinder who was there, and it's now come out wide, running hard to the ball. Just trying to get down low, overrunning at that particular occasion, goes back in. Did a nice job there, was Kay. And again, reasonably scrappy early on, Emily, but it's all because the girls are trying to get in and get their hands on the footy. Yeah,
really high pressure stuff, and I think, as we touched on before, I think that's why those clearing kicks out to space are going to be really important, especially with the mud added onto that as well.
Oh, I agree. That's very, very well put, as that was a long kick going in there looking for Sophie Short, as we see some of the teams, and again, all the different colours coming in, so it looks like all the Clarence girls are getting prepared for their under-15 clash in the next go-round, and they're up against Kingborough in the next game. So the umpire will throw that one in now, down towards the end, which are kicking by Kingborough, and Vidal again. Yeah, she looks very dangerous, Em, doesn't she, with that height? And given that now you can take it out of the ruck, that'll really be good for her.
Yeah, it's a massive skill for taller people to be able to, be agile and quick as well as use their height to their advantage.
And she did that very, very nicely. She plucked that one out. So, again, both teams sort of feeling their way. And because of the conditions, goals will be at a premium, I would have thought. So it was very, very handy that the Tigers maximised that opportunity when they got close to their goal. So we're ticking down now towards the 9 minute of the first quarter as Barwick goes in. You can see her burrowing back in again. I think she was manhandled now, and so Mia Barwick takes this kick, quickly getting off the mark. Oh, that's good play by her. She gains valuable meterage. Now she's got it up into some open spaces. It is an open forward line over the back, but it was Cull who picked it up. That was much better from the Dogs. They need to provide a bit of a shepherd. Can't do so. Good tackling by Tigers. And there she is again. Matilda Lang picks up that one. Goes high, wide and handsome. Very, very close to the boundary line as Young picks up. Oh, beautifully done by Young. She fooled me there, and Vidal is really proving a handful. I'd like to see her playing a little bit close, but now is an opportunity for the Tigers. If they can get the handle on it, it stops, and all of a sudden they didn't go the ball as the umpire comes in. What's happened here, Em? I think it's a Bulldogs a bit kicking in danger, I think.
Yeah. Well, the funny there, all those Kingborough girls went for the shepherd, all did the selfless thing and didn't really pay off. Need to keep that communication up and get someone going for the ball and the others shepherding.
Well, as we talk at the Lauderdale Lady Bombers, one of the most important, if not the most important muscle in the body is your tongue. And that's the thing though there, Em, isn't it? When you're going there, there's nothing more fearsome than you hear someone shouting at the top of their voice, "It's Emily's ball." You suddenly think, boy, gee, this bloody Sheila's fair income.
Yeah, exactly. Puts the opposition off, but also lets your players know exactly what you're there to do, and then you can then decide what you're going to do to help them.
Yeah, I'm sure that Coach Ellis will say that to the girls in a proactive manner. So you got in great position. It's a good learning experience. So let's use our voice next time we go around. Well, the ball has only been down inside that Bulldog 50 to once, but this time Barwick again goes back. By gee, she's a good young player, this young lady. And look at the way she kicks as well, Emily.
Wow, yeah,
she's got
I'm
great
just
skills.
So impressed by these long drop punts that she's kicking.
Oh, that's a great tackle, and that'll really bring the crowd up. Don't you love to see forwards coming in and doing run-down tackles?
Forward pressure is so important in grand finals. Lock it in there and you'll get yourself more shots on goal.
So it was Brasden who goes in, nice and long, and just nipping back and taking a very strong mark is Richardson. And so now Richardson, she's, I'd say, about 15 metres out from goal with the set shot. She goes in toward it, and she has absolutely drilled that one. So there is the response from the Bulldogs. And Emily, didn't it look dangerous when they got the ball in quickly to space? Yeah,
it really did. And some great marking there from the girls, and probably a wet ball, and that's just a great tackle there that you can see on the replay. And they've done really well to get, they haven't had heaps of forward entries, the Bulldogs, and to be able to capitalise after going in there, only a couple times is really good for the scoreboard pressure.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. When you look at the stats, that tackle by Brasden was absolutely elite. As we just checked the Brighton's Best Bakehouse scoreboard, which shows that the Bulldogs 1 goal straight 6 to the Tigers 1-1-7. And as expected, we knew that we were going to have a fantastic game, and it is a bit of an arm wrestle as the siren has sounded for quarter time. And so that was very, very timely for the Bulldogs to get that goal. The goal kickers for the Tigers, it was Vidal with one, and for the Bulldogs, Richardson got their goal. So a pretty even contest as we just checked the time inside 50. It was more over the 70% down the Tigers' end, so much more of the ball, but it's what you do with the ball. Your thoughts, Emily? I think it looks very, very even across the board, but the only concern that I have is the matchup on Vidal.
Yeah. I think, I agree with you. It's definitely been very even. The pressure's really high, which I love. It's so exciting to see a high pressure game. But yeah, she's definitely looking really dangerous inside 50, and they're obviously going to her, and they're going to have to keep an eye on it, the Bulldogs.
I agree. So I reckon Coach Ellis will like that matchup to try and spread the girls wide and leave it to her. So there we go. It is quarter time here in the first of 5 grand finals in the Barwick STJFL season for 2022. Emma and I will take our first break and we'll be back with all the action in the second quarter very shortly. So welcome back to North Hobart Oval for the Under-13 A1 Grand Final in the Barwick's Landscape Supplies STJFL season for 2022. It's been a rollicking season. The football has been of a very, very high standard. We've had some reasonably inclement weather a few weeks ago and it dried out, but thus we've culminated with 5 grand finals today, and the first one we knew it was going to be a ripper, and it is very, very close indeed. It is the Claremont Bulldogs up against the Kingborough Tigers Gold, and the ball again back in towards the centre of the ground. It's been a dominant performance by the Bulldogs in the ruck, but they can't take some advantage from it. This time they do. Clearance doesn't go out, almost marked there by Blackwell. Didn't go the required distance, and umpire Geeson comes in to throw it aloft again. Just clearing the players. Very steady umpire. It's umpire Geeson. Experienced campaigner. Harden over the ball is Hunt. And Tigers get that clearance. They go down the corridor towards Young. Young, the diminutive player, brilliant below her knees, gets that clearing kick out towards Vidal, who's been very good, comes over the back. Now there's an opportunity, but the Bulldogs are back in numbers. Vidal again picks up. She goes toward the goal and put it through, but I think the free kick's gone the other way, and that matchup, Emily, is one that we really need to watch, because we can see here, although that goal didn't count, Vidal can be problematic for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They need to keep on her, make sure she's not sneaking out behind the packs and by herself, and because she's, as we've seen, she's just as dangerous below her knee. She'll pick that ball up and use it really well. Yeah,
I think a bit of old-fashioned arm across, understanding where your opposition is, as Barwick kicks that ball, but it's an errant kick, and Young, who's really starting to come into the game, has taken that mark. She goes directly towards the goals. Vidal almost picked that up, but it is a quick snap, just going across again, as Vidal has got on her own and hasn't been damaged to the full amount, only the behind. So early pressure being applied to the defence of the Bulldogs. They come out, add a little bit more width. Good contest now. Just over the ball. Well done by Tremaine. Gets the handball further afield. This is much better by the Dogs. Trying to link up across that way. Goes towards Richardson, the goal scorer in the first quarter. Comes back over the back, and there is Mace Triffett. Oh, a big, strong tackle. I think it might have just gone that little bit high, has it? Or it's gone the other way. Just for a minute there, Emily, it's on the first impression I thought it was high, but then as they came around, umpire Geeson was there. But it's a bit of a feature, isn't it, the tackling in girls footy? They're very strong.
Yeah, ferocious stuff. I'm loving it.
So well picked up. Oh, that's well played here. And Lang, you'd expect nothing more from a quality player like her. Good, that's better. Strong tackle by Lennox. Need to be hard and firm there on her opposition. Goes inside the 50. The Dogs have the ascendancy, but you can see there the ball doesn't roll on. I think it was held without the ball, and the free kick going to Lennox. Actually, Lennox is standing up nicely at centre-half back as well, Em.
Yeah, she's doing well. I think she might be a good one to shut down Vidal.
Yeah, so she's an aggressive player. She likes to run in straight lines, but just needs to be conscious of where her player is as well. So that was bar for the Tigers. Very hard contest at the moment as Gill gets it back to centre half forward. Vidal picks it up. She slides, but now they're onto her, and unfortunately just that little slip. And Emily, that's what you had just spoken about, being a little bit tighter on Vidal.
Yeah, I think, well, it goes to show, we've just seen it's really important to stay within arm's length of your player so you can apply that pressure.
So Lang picks the ball up. Lang going very, very long towards the goals. Maybe that's the kick. It could be just a little bit prudent to go a little bit wider, but that's a magnificent tackle. And again, it's going to be oh, that's a 50 metres. Oh, that's... I'm the last one to ever criticise an umpire, but I reckon that was just a little bit accidental.
Yeah, I reckon that was definitely an accident.
So Vidal, Imogen Vidal has kicked her second, and the second for the Tigers. And we'll have a look at that on the Mood Food replay. And again, this isn't by any way to go crook at the umpire, but I think in defence of the Bulldog here, it just all but, you can see there, good tackle, got the ball, and it just sort of slipped out of the hand.
Yeah, very unlucky.
Very unlucky. But anyway, it's been consistent, and the players know exactly what is happening, and Vidal has been able to slot that one through. So as we check the Brighton's Best Bakehouse scoreboard, it reads the Tigers 2-1-13 to the Dogs 1 goal straight 6. So, and when you look across that field, if you were putting your coaching hat on as far as a Bulldog is concerned, are there any major worrying concerns or any positional changes or structural changes you think you might consider?
Yeah, I just think, well, obviously Vidal's a problem for the Bulldogs at the moment. I think they've tightened up a little bit, but I still think they could do a bit more just to nullify her. Yeah, she's just killing the game. Yeah, she's doing really well.
She is. No, I absolutely agree. She's a great young lady, and she's a hard matchup as well, Em, isn't she? Because as I say, she's quite tall, and she takes an overhead mark, but as soon as the ball hits the ground, she's cat-like. She's on it.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at that Bulldog background, and there isn't really any girls that really do meet her height. She's a head above all the girls back there. So
they're a terrific team, the Doggies, and I'm sure they'll give it their all. And you can see here it's a strong contest. It's a wonderful contest, and this young lady, Mackenzie Young, is starting to, as I say, get a bit of the ball and leading hard out to it was Rosinski, and Rosinski has been rewarded for that kick. Just been told by umpire Geeson, you've just got to go behind your mark. She was just trying to gain an extra metre or two.
Like the intent to just play on, get the ball moving down the ground, kick out. She's kicked out wide, but unfortunately it's been pulled back.
And there we go, one of the great signs on the truck of our very dear friends, and in major naming right partner of the STJFL is the Barwick's truck there. You'll see plenty of them on the road. They're a great Tasmanian company, as end over end hitting that particular time was McCormack. We're ticking down to 6.5 odd minutes in this quarter. It goes reasonably quickly with our 12 minutes quarters, and that's nicely done there by the Matilda, Matilda Lang, who took that mark. She covers a lot of ground, Emily, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She runs that two-way running as a midfielder. You can see there she took that one in defence, and then all of a sudden you'll see her bobbing on half forward. So she's a very athletic girl.
Yeah, it's great. It's really important to be able to, play both roles.
Talking of athletic girls, here is Barwick, Mia Barwick. She's an absolute star. Gets it to that area of danger here. A few questions are being asked of the defence of the Tigers, and well played there by Maggie Wallace. She was under extreme pressure. And what I liked about that, Emily, she had the good sense and judgment to understand the situation. She had a person about to tackle her, and she thought, right, I'm just going to give away a point here.
Yeah, I think that's really clever to just go, I'm going to rush her behind, and now they've got possession back again.
Yeah, she didn't panic, so very well done. Oh, brilliant.
Great mark.
That's Lang. Gosh, she's an absolute ripper. As she got up really, really high to take that one. Now she's coming down the line towards the wing. And a free kick to the most diminutive on the ground. I think that's Denham. Umpire Geeson, he's
all over
he just loves these 50s. He's just pointing it out. He says, you've got to come back, and so 25 metres. He just said, you've got to stand nice and still when I tell you to. I think
opportunity here for the Bulldogs.
It is. They go short. That's a beautiful lead. And fancy that with leaving Mia Barwick on her own, and I reckon that's that hard two-way running.
Yeah, I agree, and great skills there.
Look at her going back here. That's that lead. She's gone back, and now look at the space in front.
Yeah. Again, importance to man up inside 50.
Barwick goes
kick.
back, and that's a cracker of a kick.
Amazing.
Gee whiz, that's a good kick, Emily.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. That's just, all that is just beautiful.
So these two in the midfield, Mia Barwick and Matilda Lang, they are having a ding-dong battle.
Yeah.
Gee whiz, they're good players. And to go back with the poise like that, as we see here on the Mood Food replay, it was going to take a very good kick from that, well, I was going to say 45. It was probably a little bit tighter than that. You could see she's absolutely cock-a-hoot at the big smile, as now that has brought the Bulldogs back to within a point. As we check the Brighton's Best Bakehouse scoreboard, and it shows that the Bulldogs are 2-1-13 to the Tigers 2-2-14. And just when we thought that maybe the Tigers looked a little bit more efficient down forward, this is a really good patch, Emily, for the Bulldogs, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I've noticed is the Bulldogs look really dangerous when they kick out wide to space. The Kingborough girls have got a bit of height on them, so I think it's really good to use that space and running to their advantage. They look really dangerous going forward when they're running onto the ball.
Yeah, that's an interesting comment you make. So normally a coach's game plan, he surrounds it depending on the, if you like, the cattle that they have. If you've got big forwards, well, let's go straight to them. If you've got smaller, fleet-footed, let's go to space. And you've pinpointed it beautifully, that go to your advantage. And talking of which, here is Barwick as she tries to get it out wide. Even that kick can go a tad wider if you like, but it's back through the middle of the ground. They get the pick up now. Can't go the kick, so just pushing it out further afield. Brilliantly done there by Gill, deep in defence. gee whiz, this is a really good quality game as Barwick picks it up. You know that she's going to go straight ahead, but this time she kicks to her direct opponent in Lang, who, just keep an eye on that, Em, is Lang more dropped in a defensive side, isn't she?
Yeah, well, she's got a good intercept mark. She's got a bit of height on her, and it's working because she's turning the ball over.
Well, here is Vidal. Nice contest this time by Webster. That was much better, keeping very, very close. Gets the handball out. I think that time umpire Geeson said that Vidal held in the tackle just a tad longer, and so it's time to take the kick for the Bulldogs. Here they go. Just going to run through the mud and come toward that outer side, but that's an errant kick. That's the person you definitely don't want to go toward.
Yeah, I definitely think look up, see who's down there, and I think keep it away from
Lang.
Yeah, Lang there. Yep.
So that was nice play by Lang to intercept that one. Of course, she decides to go directly to where Vidal and Hunt are. Strong tackle, trying to barge her way through, but no prior opportunity as it's ticking down all but toward half-time. We knew it was going to be a close one, and it certainly is an absolute ripper. There is a brilliant tackle by Blackwell that has unfortunately just into the back of Lang that particular time, as adjudged by umpire Geeson, as the siren has gone. And just for a minute I thought that would be very, very costly. You can see here on the Mood Food replay.
Beautiful tackle.
It was, wasn't it? Very unfortunate, but it is half-time, so it is on the Brighton's Best Bakehouse scoreboard. The Bulldogs 2-1-13 to the Tigers 2-2-14. For the Tigers, it is 2 goals to Imogen Vidal, and for the Bulldogs, it's Courtney Richardson and Mia Barwick with a goal. And just checking there, Em, that...
Yeah, looks like she's hurt herself in that tackle. I think a knee, maybe.
Well, let's hope that she's all right. That was a very, very brave tackle, but it's great to see that the assistants have gone out there. We can see just went down on a knee. We saw that she came up holding it straight away. It was, yeah, hobbling just slightly. Well, let's hope that Blackwell is all right, because we just love to see Stroll. She's got a smile on her face, so that's a good start. So hopefully we can get her up and fit and back in the game. But it's a very, very close game, Emily.
Yeah, no, it's been an amazing game. Really, like we've mentioned it all day so far, high pressure, and these tackles are amazing. But yeah, it's going to be a really good second half. Very
much so. So as we go to half-time, again, a quick thank you to our very dear friends and partners, Barwick's Wholesale Retail Landscape Supplies, IGA, where the locals matter. Over 88 shops around Tasmania. Your Hobart Health at 71 Bathurst Street. The fantastic thing with Your Hobart Health, you can get after-hours doctors till 10 o'clock. They've got the chemist and the cafe, so a wonderful facility. Go and see Dr. Mark Baldock and all the doctors in there to avail yourself. Just tell them from the STJFL and you'll get in straight away. Bennett's Petroleum and Mood Food when you're up and down the highway. Make sure you're the cleanest fuel in Tasmania through Bennett's Petroleum, and our very dear friends at Brighton's Best Bakehouse. So it is half-time again here in the under-13A1 division. The Bulldogs 2-1-13, trailing the Tigers 2-2-14. We're back with the second half very shortly. See Mia Barwick, she's got the ball here, and as she gives it back, she was displeased, but she did give it back to the...
It did hit her, yeah. It wasn't like it went either side.
I'm never going to complain. The umpire's always right, but
I agree.
I reckon she's a little bit stiff on that one.
Yeah, potentially. I did really like how the Kingborough girls just hit the hot spot every time they went down forward there, and just made it a really good chance for them to have a goal, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a look at this one again. I agree with what you has only been down inside that Bulldogs 50 to once, but this time Barwick again goes back. By gee, she's a good young player, this young lady. And look at the way she kicks as well, Emily.
Wow, yeah, I'm
great skills.
So impressed by these long drop punts that she's kicking.
Oh, that's a great tackle, and that'll really bring the crowd up. Don't you love to see forwards coming in and doing run-down tackles?
Forward pressure is so important in grand finals. Lock it in there and you'll get yourself more shots on goal.
So it was Brasden who goes in, nice and long, and just nipping back and taking a very strong mark is Richardson. And so now Richardson, she's I'd say about 15 metres out from goal with the set shot. She goes in toward it, and she has hit us. Oh, I'm the last one to ever criticise an umpire, but I reckon that was just a little bit accidental.
Yeah, I reckon that was definitely an accident.
So Vidal, Imogen Vidal has kicked her second and the second for the Tigers. And we'll have a look at that on the Mood Food replay. And again, this isn't by any way to go crook at the umpire, but I think in defence of the Bulldog here, it just all but, you can see there, good tackle, got the ball, and it just sort of slipped out of the hand.
Yeah, very unlucky.
Very unlucky. But anyway, it's been consistent, and the players know exactly what is happening, and Vidal has been able to slot that one through. So as we check the Brighton's Best Bakehouse scoreboard, it reads the Tigers 2-1-13 to the Dogs 1 goal straight 6.
Yeah,
so
it's great. It's really important to be able to, play both roles.
Talking of athletic girls, here is Barwick, Mia Barwick. She's an absolute star. Gets it to that area of danger here. A few questions are being asked of the defence of the Tigers, and well played there by Maggie Wallace. She was under extreme pressure. And what I liked about that, Emily, she had the good sense and judgment to understand the situation. Oh, umpire Geeson, he just loves these 50s. He's just pointing it out. He says, you've got to come back. It's at 25 metres. He just said, you've got to stand nice and still when I tell you to. I think
opportunity here for the Bulldogs.
It is. They go short. That's a beautiful lead. And fancy that with leaving Mia Barwick on her own. And I reckon that's that hard two-way running.
Yeah, I agree. And great skills there.
Look at her going back here. That's that lead. She's gone back. And now, look at the space in front.
Yeah. Again, importance to man up inside 50.
Barwick goes back, and that's a... So welcome back here to North Hobart Oval. We've been very fortunate. The rain has stayed away. Just earlier this morning there was just a little sprinkle, but the actual ground, Emily, is probably holding up quite nicely, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised.
I just went for a walk at half-time and I went out on the ground. It is a little bit boggy through that centre, but you can see plenty of green patches there, which is quite dry. But as long as the weather stays like it is today, I think the standard of football will be good, and these girls are handling the conditions very, very well. They are elite young footballers. You can see just there that there's not a lot of bounce in some of those particular areas as Bolwell picks that one up, and before she can dispose of it through the great tackle of Rosinski, it is going to be a ball up by the umpire. As the ruckman come in, it was Blackwell and Smith for the Dogs who took that tap, and now just passes that one back. She's been very good in the ruck so far, has Smith. Again, good contest between her and Hunt as they go up for that ball, just trying to bludgeon it out to try and create some space if they can. It is in at the bottom of the pack, and that's that valuable meterage that we spoke about, and a really strong tackle there by a very determined Claremont defence. And that's much better, Emily, from a defensive perspective, is when the attacker picks it up, you're right there on your player.
Yeah, really important. I also noticed Vidal just dropped back out of the pack, and Madison Lennox has kept an eye on her and snuck back out to pick her up. So they're obviously trying to stop her, and looks like Lennox is your girl.
Oh, look at this. getting the handball off towards Lang. That was very good play because, Lang just hits the post. Understanding your capabilities, that was wonderful play by the Tigers. Of course, Matilda Lang is a very effective and useful kick, and so now the Dogs, they've got a second bounce now. They're out near the 50th, can get that kick. Well played by them, getting some valuable meterage. Now the race is on, gets out towards the wing position, so from one end to the other, that's good play by the Bulldogs. Now they get it out further afield. It was Denham who's in and under the pack. Fighting hard for it is Cull for the Tigers as it ends up with Crane, and just that strong bullocking tackle by Richardson to bring her down. I think because of those sort of softer conditions, Emily, that tackling will be a key feature of this match.
Yeah, we've seen some amazing tackles so far. The ball's hot and, they've stuck. They haven't been breaking free. They've all stuck, which is really important.
See here, umpire Geeson just decides to throw it further. That's a magnificent tap down to the playmaker Barwick, and it is an open forward line, but this time the half back line for Kingborough have stood up very, very tall. This is the ball if they can get it out to wider there as Lang tries to do it, but Barwick's there again, and Barwick is spoilt by Lang. Look at these two gladiators of the under 13 division go hard at it, and it is Lang who got the better this time and picking it up. Big, strong tackle as Short picked up the ball. And that's, again, great defensive work from Claremont. And they're looking to use the space, which is very effective by them. They need to get back off the mark quickly as they come down the wing position, looking for someone of fleet of foot. And this time they have found Blackwell, who again gets it across to Denham. Back forward, but this is the kick that's probably let them down just slightly, but it's Mass Trippett there who picks the ball. Now it's a foot race on, and leading to it is McCulloch. Overruns it, but goes back in to get it again. There is the ruckman in Smith. She handballs that ball. They're trying to create some space if they can as they pick it up, and it's held in. But the ball movement there, from full-back down to the half-forward, that was nice play by the Bulldogs. Yeah,
I'm just loving their ability to take the game on and run with the ball and break free out of those packs. It's amazing. It's holding them to good stead.
The other thing is watching this young lady, Lang, as soon as she gets it, she'll break forward, and she's up against Barwick and almost going kick for kick as they get it out further afield. Here is Mia Barwick. She's been pinned in on this particular time, so she comes back into the corridor. Sometimes this can be dangerous, but if it comes off, it's a high risk but very good reward if they don't run over the ball. Now they have an opportunity to pick it up, and this is where Kingborough have been good. They've effectively almost seemed to have an extra behind the ball, and they've been holding the Bulldogs up. But it's if we look down the field, if they can get that quick kick out, they do have players behind, but there is the last line defence, a Tiger, just waiting for that quick break. So now it is ball in dispute, and the Tigers do pick it up. Comes back in with a little bit of interest. Just overrunning at that time was Richardson, but here is Barwick, and she was off, but deemed to be... No, it does come back. I thought it might have been play on, but anyway, it is Richardson. Kicks it long. Well, there's a number of Bulldogs, if they can get the handle on it. They're fighting very, very hard for it. And umpire Geeson said it was in the back, and it's going to be a free kick being paid to the Tigers. Good contest there. You can see here on the Mood Food replay, just being held up. Maybe just sort of fell on the top, did Brasden. A little bit unlucky, but she did a great job to try and hold the ball in. They've been very consistent like that, Emily, and you don't really mind if the umpire's consistently paying free kicks for the player getting the ball.
Yep, then you know what to expect.
Very much so.
I think Maggie Wallace down there for Kingborough in the goal square needs to be a little bit careful that she's not leaving Branston in the hot spot by herself. I see what she's trying to do there to protect the goals, but if Branston gets a mark right in front, then it could be a bit of a dangerous situation for them. Yeah,
that's the time when maybe it's up with your player, and then if the ball comes down, sure that to leave the pack and go back. But that was very well spotted by you, as it's a close contest. No goals in this quarter. They've been at a premium, and the Dogs looked very likely a few minutes ago, as did the Tigers when Lang hit the post. But here is Barwick picking it up. Just gets the quick kick. That was very effective out towards McCulloch, who can't quite bring that one in. Strong tackle as Lang is bundled over on this particular occasion, running hard at the ball. It's quite slippery. You can see here that that one's taken a bit too high, but the ball, Emily, is staying, look, reasonably dry. There's not a lot of mud on it when we compare it to yesterday when the SFL were playing here. It's probably only going to get better with the sun coming out, which is good for the Barwick's STJFL Grand Final day.
Yeah, I'm really loving how these girls, you know, they might drop a mark, but then as soon as, you know, the balls hit the ground, they're applying that pressure onto the Kingborough girls to try and make up for it, and they're not letting it get themselves down. It's great.
So umpire Geeson deemed that Matilda Lang had a prior opportunity, and it comes out towards Barwick. She rushes off there, need to protect her. She's gone 2 bounces.
Great
She's
shepherd
gone
there.
the 3rd. She's going to go a 4th. My goodness, she's going to go a 5th this year. I just thought for a minute she was going to keep going, kicking long and strong into the forward line. Gee, that was beautiful play by Mia Barwick. Would have loved to see her go a little bit further and almost kick the goal. I mean, that would have brought the house down.
Oh, that would have been brilliant.
And umpire Geeson said it's now in the forward pocket. But as good as they are to have the ball in this area, as Barwick has come down in there to try and get a goal, you can see her sort of hanging over there. She's probably exhausted. A lot of petrol tickets there. She'll have to call into Bennett's Petroleum just to refuel, I think. Getting close towards the boundary line. Richardson's there, and there is Lang fighting hard, and she just finds a way, but no, she doesn't.
Took a bit too long, I think.
Umpire Geeson said she's had the prior opportunity.
Good pressure from the Bulldogs.
It's great pressure by the Bulldogs, and that has been, and that's, you can see there, stuck the one tackle to the second tackle, Emily, and the reward has been paid. And I think it will be Richardson, whom we know is a goal kicker. She's got one. And so here come the Dogs. It's a tight angle. Good off the boot. Oh, it's hit the post.
Unlucky.
Gee whiz, so the last 2 shots from both of the teams have hit the post.
She's done really well there. I love how she's kept nice and straight in her run-up, squared her hips to the goal and given herself the best chance. Really unfortunate it's hit the post there.
So the ball going wide toward the boundary line. Strong play there by Blackwell. Huge determination to keep in. And that's the sort of things, those little 1%ers, Em, aren't they, that can mean the difference between a victory or not.
Yeah, they're the game winners. And they're also the thing that lift the morale up in the team. You see your teammate go and do a really courageous act like that, and it gets you up and about. It's really important. Very
much so. The ball now comes back to the Bulldogs, picking it up. Need to go in, and there again. Strong tackle by Blackwell. I'm just checking. That's about her 8th tackle for the day. So
yeah, she's a beast.
Oh, she is. There's so many players out there to keep your eye on for future senior footballers. They are going really well, both of these teams. Hard out towards the ball. They're hanging on the Tigers at the minute, so it's 10 minutes gone, so they've got to hang on for a couple more minutes. And I'm sure if you are watching the coverage from the northern suburbs, you'll be urging your girls on to see if they can't get a goal.
I'm loving the pressure, the forward 50 pressure. They've locked it in there really well. Kingborough have been able to clear it a bit, so they haven't let them. Oh, sorry, Em, I was just looking. That was Barwick who just got out of there. And yeah, just back to you. It is really tight encounter back on that forward line, as you just said. Yeah, Kingborough have been able to clear it out quite quickly previously, but they're not letting them this time. It's great. So ball in. They need to keep an eye on number 17, Mia Barwick, just trying to get her hands near the ball. Can't do so. Well played by Webb. It's a quick shot, and it's through for a minor score, and that just about levels it all up here. So they've been fighting hard for all but 3 quarters, and we're all locked up at 15 apiece. What a way to start the Barwick's STJFL Grand Final day for 2022 with a nail-biter that could go any way. So it's ticking down to the last minute of play. Brilliantly done by Lennox. Lennox drives the ball in, a long, strong kick. Bulldogs trying to pick it up. They just get the handball out towards Barwick, and that's a smother that is brilliant by Matilda Lang. What about that, Emily? Determination by this young lady. Yeah, that was brilliant. Goal saving.
It certainly was goal saving. Just for a minute there, as soon as she picked it up, and she was going to have a shot on goal, and Matilda Lang just threw herself at the ball. So brilliant work by her. Ball now comes in towards Crane. Lang just telling her to just take your time. There's not long to go. We don't want to concede a goal in the last few seconds. Ball now in dispute. Well picked up by Triffett as the siren has gone, and we have got an absolute thriller. Well, the pendulum swung back towards the Bulldogs, I think, a little bit that time, Emily, but they couldn't get the goals. But it is a seesawing match. Yeah,
definitely. First half, I think, even though it's pretty close in score, probably belonged to Kingborough, but I think this third quarter the Bulldogs have really upped their intensity and used their speed to their advantage.
So it is three-quarter time here in the Barwick's STJFL Grand Final Day in the Under-13A1 division for the young ladies. The Bulldogs 2-4-16 to the Tigers 2-3-15. We hope that you're enjoying the coverage here from Duff TV. We're going to take our last break now. Don't go too far, because this is going to be a thriller, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter very shortly. So welcome back here to North Hobart Oval. We hope that you are enjoying the coverage brought to you by Duff TV. It has been an enthralling match so far, and Emily Burrows, I'm a little bit confused on which way I'm leaning.
Yeah, I really could not tell you which way this is going to go. I think it'll go right down to the wire.
Yeah, there's been a couple of key matchups. The one between Matilda Lang and Mia Barwick. Those two girls have been wonderful. The tackling by Backwell and Brasden, the forward prowess by Vidal. It's I mean, I can just go through and name every young lady who's represented their club and their families, whether it be Gill, Short, Crane. They've been wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And what a great advertisement, talking of which, here is Lang, who extracts that ball out of the centre and drives it long between the fleet-footed Young. She goes the kick, and there is a tackle. So just when for a minute, Em, you think, oh, look out, it's going to be the Tigers, the Bulldogs fight back with a wonderful tackle.
Yep, I love it. Not getting themselves down and just keeping up the pressure, and it's great stuff.
There it is. You think, well, Lang's getting on top, and who does she kick it to? Barwick. And Barwick plays on. So it's just a cracker of a game. Again, we hope that you are enjoying. We're trying to bring you all the highlights that are coming to make it sense that when you're on your couch that you feel like you're part of the grand final day. And it's an open forward line for the Bulldogs as they race out. They've got the numbers there, but look at the determination there by Wallace, just putting her body on the line for a team. Well played there by Maggie Wallace. Brilliant. Just looking which way she goes. She can go towards that outer wing position, a little bit of space. So there was a big opportunity there for the Bulldogs. They had plenty of numbers. Crane is there. Can't pick up the ball. Good handball, given a go. That's excellent work. Back to Richardson. Richardson comes inside. Can't pick the ball up. Cleaning was Brasden, but they go in to try and get it again. Just reefing that one out. It's not going to come out. But you can almost sense them that the pressure is really lifted up a notch in this last quarter.
Yeah, I think it's just gone to another level. It's very exciting.
It is so exciting as ball in dispute, as Lang just reefed that one out, goes towards the wing position. She's all but got the Tigers team on her shoulders and said, come on girls, come with me, as a free kick now is going to Claremont. Here come the Dogs. That's a huge barrelling kick. Goes over the back. There's a fair few players there. Oh, picking it up. Being told to play on just for a minute. That was well played by Webb for the Bulldogs. Ball in dispute now. Oh, that's a clever pickup. Brilliant work there. I think that might have been even Wilcox out towards Vidal. Vidal is tracking her opposition there in Lennox, and that's really tightened up. Whereas Vidal had plenty of meterage in that first quarter, but every time she goes near the onion, you can see there's 2 or 3 Bulldogs to try and get it out. Now it comes out towards the open. Can't quite get the handle on this one, but staying hard and low. That was brilliant work there by Claremont. Back in towards the centre of the play. Gets it out towards Mia Barwick. We know Barwick can kick it long, but it's going towards number 6 there in Cull. Cull goes back over, and look at them. They just swarm from everywhere. Every time the ball is there, the desperation. Oh, you can just sense it even up here in the Peter Sharp Tower, Em. The game is on the line. Yeah,
it's very exciting. They're doing really well to get some clearing kicks away, which I think are going to be very important because the pressure's high, so getting that space and meterage is going to be key, I think.
I'm with you. That valuable meterage. There's no time for finesse now. But look at that, just picking the ball up so cleanly. He goes back in, ball in dispute. Running hard to it is Blackwell. Just barges through, and Blackwell is taken, maybe without the ball, but says to play on. Need to apply the block. Gone the short pass, and it is Mia Barwick. Barwick, she decides to play on. She's almost going to become in the distance. It goes towards the line, and it's kicked off the line. Can you believe that? Just at the last line of defence by Maggie Wallace. How crucial is that going to be? Now it's at the 10-metre square, trying to fight hard. Well played by Lang. Can't come out. Comes another chance for the Dogs. There's been a whistle on play. And the free kick going to the Tigers, I think. But Emily, what about that play there?
Yeah, I'm just loving Kingborough's composure at the moment. Yeah. They're getting hammered in the defensive line, and they're just staying calm and doing what they know to do. And yeah, getting it back out every time. I think they're doing an amazing job because the pressure's high.
I think you're absolutely right. They are soaking up. So it was as good as the Dogs have been. They haven't heard them on the scoreboard.
Yeah, exactly.
So hats off. And even that last one where Barwick had that shot, it didn't go through for a behind. It was brilliant play by Maggie Wallace in the last line of defence. So now it is Webb. Webb gets her kick, but it's Lang who picks it up. Lang down towards the outer side. It's just turned end on end. So that'll be a free kick going to the Bulldogs, given that was the last touch. Goes back off the mark. Quickly decides to play on. Well, that was effective as it comes out towards Rosinski. Rosinski again goes the kick. Comes over the back. Tigers coming out with great pace. Who wants the ball the more? Determination being shown by both the teams here. You get a sense, Em, that one goal could just about do it, the way these teams are wrestling for each other, isn't it?
Yeah, I think goals and even behinds are going to be hard to get this quarter. They're going to be gold, I think.
Yes, they're at a premium as Barwick is tracking that ball. Look at that. She goes onto her left side and then goes to get it again. Slipped over that particular time did Ava Barr, but now it comes back towards the centre of the ground onto the wing position. It's a very, very open forward line for the Tigers, which is great for them. If they can just quickly kick this ball over, Em, I noticed that it's very, very open.
Yep, but I'm really liking where you can see a Bulldog player just positioning themselves in between the full forward and where the ball is, and I think that's a really crucial spot to be standing right now, because that's probably where the fall of the ball is going to be, so I like that positioning she's got there.
Okay, so it is a kick to, I think that might have been Webster, but now the ball comes, it's more packified here, and who can get that ball out? It's very tough to win one here. Just to get it, especially if you're a Bulldog player around this area, is to just bludgeon it out wide, because this will sort of suit the Tigers in their defensive area, and they've been good to get the numbers back. So here they go now through Gill, and it becomes a lot more open. Brilliant pick up by Lindsay. That could be crucial in the way the game is going. So they pick it up now, but again, it's a strong tackle, and umpire Geeson comes in. So if you are wondering if it ends up a draw, they'll play extra time. So goodness gracious me, what an encounter to start the day off here at North Hobart Oval, and it's great to see the sun is coming out as it comes towards Lang. Quickly gets a kick, almost a mark, but the ball's in dispute now. It's Lang. She's just trying to barge her way through. She can't do so. There is Blackwell, and Blackwell holds her up in the tackle, and it'll be another ball up. She was trying to barge her way through Em, but Blackwell was having none of it.
Yeah, I am loving Lang's ability to just break through packs and escape them. It's great. All
right, so it is Barr who picks it up now. So here's the chance for the Tigers. Comes over the back. Can't pick it up. Gets a quick soccer tackle off there. Now it's in dispute. Got to hold firm here, do the Bulldogs. Now they do pick it up. Try to come back out of trouble. It comes towards that outer side. There's a bit of a break on here, but the Tigers have set up well behind the ball. Very exciting as the crowd, you can hear the intensity picked up as Crane goes further. It is Vidal. Vidal gets the quick kick. It's going over. Then they pick it up, and they might have kicked a goal. Sophie Short in the right place at the right time has barreled that one through, and have a look at her face. She is absolutely thrilled.
Wow, that was just brilliant. I just love the Tigers girls' ability to just lock that in their forward half and, you know, really capitalise on that opportunity, because we were saying I don't think the goals are going to come easily. So
wow, let's have a look at this on the Mood Food replay as that quick kick came in from Crane to Vidal, and I thought, oh, she's played on, and look at the way it bounced. Oh, it just bounced back perfectly. That is the old oval ball. I think Tremaine had that one covered, Em, and it just bounced away from her.
Yeah, unlucky bounce for the Bulldogs, but the Kingborough girls have really taken that opportunity, and it's paid off.
All right, so with 2 and a bit minutes left, the Bulldogs need a goal, and they get it crucially out of the centre, but Matilda Lang at centre half back has marked the ball.
She's taken her time, which I think is really clever.
It is clever.
Valuable seconds.
Good kick out to Cole, bounces off her chest. Oh, the Dogs are away. It's a free kick to the Tigers, and it's going to be Cole. Cole comes back inside to Lang. Lang will take it on. She just bounces off like a pinball machine. Very long into the forward line. That might be Vidal again. Brilliant tackle Who else but Barwick? She goes onto the wrong side of the body. She's, come on, girls, come with me. We can do this. Never give up attitude. So with under 2 minutes left to go, it is the Bulldogs surging, and they need a goal.
I can see Matilda Lang out there just telling all the players to just slow it down, keep calm and composed.
There was some confusion here, Em, sorry, and that's going to be a free kick to the Tigers because it was kicked out by the Bulldogs, and this is costing valuable minutes as Lang is going to come over and take the kick. So now Lang, long kick, goes down towards Barwick, beaten to it this time by Wilcox. Ball in dispute. There was Webster. Kicks end over end. Close to the line, and this will absolutely suit the Tigers because there is only a minute to go, so everything just has to go perfectly well for the Bulldogs if they're going to get this victory.
Yeah, really clever to run that ball out of bounds there. Just waste the seconds.
It is. In it comes. Oh, well played by the Dogs, just grabbing that out. Need to get a quick kick, maybe held without it. And the umpire says, absolutely it is. So here they go, the Dogs. They've got the ball. They play on. Now they've got to go. Here they go now. Good kick. Only goes as far as the Tiger defence. 30 seconds left. Oh, and that's the tackle that'll win the game. That one right there. Simple things. Brilliant work there by Gill. And Gill just takes the time. 20 seconds left. Well played there by the Tigers. It goes forward.
Great kick.
And a nice mark has been taken by Molly Wilcox. And Wilcox just going back. Only seconds left. Told to play on now. Drives it into the square. I think that might be a goal. Oh, and there is the icing on the victory cake as the excitement out there for the Tigers to get that victory. What a magnificent game, Em, that was.
Yeah, wow, that was great. And just for the Tigers girls to just stay calm, composed and kick those last couple goals, and they've done really well.
So as we check the Brighton's Best Bakehouse score, is the Tigers 4-3-27 to the Bulldogs 2-4-16, and an absolute nail-biter here. And for the victors, it was 2 goals to Vidal, 1 to Wilcox and 1 to Short, and Richardson and Barwick for the Bulldogs. That just could have gone any way, and with a victory in the first game going to Kingborough Tigers under 13A1. Well, what an absolute thriller. Em, thank you so much for joining me here in the commentary tower.
Yeah,
but
no
that certainly got the heart pumping, didn't it?
Yeah, that was a great game. I feel very lucky to have watched it. It was just brilliant. Thanks so much for having me out today.
Oh, it is our pleasure. It's just some of the better players in before you go. It was all over, but the Barwick and Lang. But we'll finish up here as the girls now go down as the song, and we'll watch the presentations.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. What an absolute thriller of a game that was in the first of 5 games here in the Barwick's Land Supplies STJFL grand final day. It was the under-13 A1 girls between the Claremont Bulldogs and the Kingborough Gold in the A1 division. Well, as I said, it was a wonderful, wonderful performance by both teams, and not only the both teams, but we would like to acknowledge and thank our umpires for the great work that they've done today. And to present the awards to the umpires, can I please ask Lynette to come forward to do that? Thank you, Lynette.
Congratulations to both teams on a fantastic day today. It was high quality skills out there, so well done to both of you. Our umpires today in the field were Phil Geeson and Hamish Beachy. On the boundary we had Evan Williams and Hamish Wickens. And goal umpires Stephanie Gerard and Alison Genders.
Thank you, and thank you very much to our officials. Well, as I said, it was a wonderful, wonderful game there, and unfortunately there has to be a losing team, but the coach would be very, very proud of the Bulldogs' performance. May I please ask Nathan Barwick to come forward to say a few words, and congratulations on a wonderful year. You're a great mentor and coach, so thank you very much.
First off, just thanks to Tony and the STJFL for putting on just such a great day, but not just a day, great competition for not just these girls, but all kids in southern Tasmania to play in, so thanks, Tony. Obviously to Kingborough, we've had a few tight games over the last couple. The first time we played you girls, I think you beat us by about 70 odd points, so we bridged the gap a fair bit, but unfortunately we didn't today, but well done girls, you really deserved the win today, so well done. Just like to thank the 2 offsiders, Kaiser and Sam, for all their work for the year with the girls. Obviously our match managers, Nat and Beck, and all the volunteers through the year. All the supporters have come out to watch the girls today. They really appreciate your support. And to these girls here, fantastic. Just the ways you've improved all year. The leadership you've shown at training and in the games has been, fantastic. And hold your heads up high because it's a great effort today and all the way throughout the year. Well done.
Thank you so much, Nathan. Very great words there. I now ask the President of the STJFL, Mr. Jim Horn, to come forward to make a presentation for the player adjudged best on the ground, and that award goes to Kingborough player number 24, Matilda Lang. Wonderful individual performance by Tilly there. Congratulations to you. And if I can now ask the victorious coach, Lily Ellis, please to come forward to say a few words.
As I always say, between these two teams, it's always such a great game to watch, and I think the level of competition in this A division has been outstanding this season. I really love coaching the girls, and I've coached a few of these girls for rep footy, and I know these Claremont girls, they're really tough and they play really good footy and they train hard. So I knew today would be a big challenge. And yeah, just really proud of my girls. I love them, and yeah, it's been a great a great season. I've had some great support from parents and volunteers and from the club, and obviously having 2 Tigers teams is awesome. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming out today, and thanks Claremont for such a good game. Yeah.
Did you want to call your players up?
Yeah, okay, can I? Sorry, I'll go through the list. So presenting their medals, number 3, Imogen Vidal. Number 4, Mackenzie Young. Number 5, Maggie Wallace. Number 6, Emily Cole. Number 9, Bronte Crane. Number 10, Ava Barr. Number 11, Rose Marsh. Number 14, Grace Kinder. Number 15, Ella Lindsay. Number 16, Maddie Marshall. Number 17, Indy Hunt. Number 22, Addie Bolwell. Our captain, number 24, Matilda Lang. Number 30, Molly Wilcox. Number 34, Lily Crane. Number 51, Sophie Short. And 52, Neve Gill.
Thanks, Louis. And of course, there's one more to be handed over, and that is to the coach, your very good self. So, Jim, if you can give one there to Lily, congratulations. And if we can have Tilly to come forward, please, as well, to join Lily. If we need our captain to come over to get the cup. So, Jim, if we can present the cup to our winning captain and coach. Did you want to come across to get the cup? Most important. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, our victors in the Barwick's STJFL Under 13 A1 division. It is the Kingborough Gold team, the champions for 2022. Again, thank you so much for coming out. We hope you have a very, very good day, and we look forward to a close contest again in the next game, where it is Kingborough against Clarence.